Hi everybody, this is Kay Gray. It's been a long semester. I've been super busy and didn't have time to make videos. I didn't have like the brain space. It was a really hard semester. I learned that I have a limit on my cognitive load, and I've had panic attacks like I haven't had in 15 years, and so that's been really tough. I've been in the ER twice just for panic attacks, but I had a really great semester. I loved all the classes that I took. I learned so much. And I've been admitted to a master's program for academic research in psychology. So that's super, super exciting. Some of the things I learned is that I'm actually a lot more social than I realized, but in the sense that I need social validation in order to feel happy, feel healthy. And I learned that from my social psychology class. The one takeaway I would make that I can, summarize this semester is that we're affected by what other people do in so many ways that we don't even realize. We are constantly doing our own subconscious statistics of what other people around us are doing, and we cannot control it. Like, we can have some influence over our own responses to things with practice, but we have so many mechanisms in place to mimic what other people are doing around us. And the reason is survival. We don't like to expend energy. Expending cognitive energy is very taxing. It takes a lot of calories. And it can land us in a lot of dangerous situations if it's not calculated, and if it's not, that's why we look to other people automatically, instinctually look to other people, is in order to save ourselves the downfall of making a mistake, and then ending up in a dangerous situation, or, running out of energy, running out of food. So, yeah, I learned that I'm actually really socially dependent. And I think that most of my life I've really pushed away from that idea and have said, oh, I don't need other people. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm just going to do my own thing. And I do that, but I secretly, in the back of my head, why would I make these videos if I didn't need social justification in some way? My mom's writing a book about her life right now, and she said the same thing. She's like, I'm not writing it for anyone, but I'm writing it for you and your brother. And I was like, okay, well, then you are writing it for someone. Otherwise, what's the point of writing it in the first place? Especially if you know that your life is coming to an end and you're just trying to... What's the point of writing it down if you don't want that social validation? So there is that intrinsic, I need other people. So anyway, I learned a lot, and I think that I'm going to definitely try to cite my sources more. And I have a whole philosophy around that I'd like to talk about. But there's going back to that logic thinking versus instinctual spiritual thinking. There's a balance. And that's what I'm here for, is to create the balance, find the balance between our programming and our evolution, our ability to evolve and make better choices, but also be rooted in the things that we've already evolved to do. And there's a lot of them. So, I think that we are in an interesting time, scientifically speaking. We've been trying to do science for thousands of years. Religion and spirituality and superstitions were our first attempts at science. We were trying to do statistics and to figure out what causes what. Cause and effect is really the reason for all of those things. And now we consider ourselves doing good science, but when you really get in there, it's still fraught with racism and sexism and classism, especially. So we're trying to do good science, but we still have to live and we still have to make decisions. And science in its current state is not really accessible to the general public. I mean, I'm in a university, so I get to look up papers for free whenever. And not everybody has that access. So that's, one of the things that I plan on advocating for, and at least raising the question, like, let's talk about it. We're doing good science, but what good is it if it's not reaching people? And obviously, as we can see how this past year has gone with mask wearing or not wearing, people are very confused as to what is real and what is not real. And how we reach them is extremely important. Extremely important. Where are people getting their information and why do they believe it? There's science to all of that. And we got to use the science in order to get the science into people's hands. So definitely need a cultural overhaul. But anyway, that's kind of a short summation of where I've been this last year, and hopefully hear from me more in the coming weeks during summer. All right, peace out.